Fame. It seems like a lot of people are running after it nowadays, especially thanks to social media. Now everybody knows where to start, how to start, and somehow attain fame. Let's talk about it. There are two types of fame. Number one is that you attain by doing the worldly things, the type of fame that most of the world runs after. Second type of fame, and I use my right hand because it's a blessed hand in our religion, is the fame you might attain by following the path of Allah. Let's talk about the worldly fame that most of the people, the world, runs after. Number one, you got the world of entertainment, actors, actresses, taking part in movies, dramas, theater, doing things in the name of acting. For example, intermingling and commingling of opposite sexes, doing scenes you shouldn't be performing on screen for the sake of acting. And no, I don't just mean super intimate scenes, I also mean kissing scenes. Especially if you talk about in Pakistan, we're starting to move towards that direction. Touching very closely, touching where you shouldn't be touching, getting very close to a point where you can probably hear each other's heartbeat, acting like each other's husband, father, mother, daughter, wife, son, sister, so on and so forth. Like I said, commingling or intermingling of opposite sexes who aren't related to each other. Then you have the world of modeling. Walking on the ramp, wearing questionable clothing. Again, intermingling with opposite sexes. And in case of women, the modeling industry is all about wearing weird clothes that highlight various features of your body, even show features of your body. Yeah, you do attain a little bit of fame. You'll get your face posted on front page of a few magazines here and there. I trust me, believe me. Most of the world, they'll look at it a couple of times to check it out. It's just you who's gonna save it, put it in a catalog somewhere. Nobody else cares about it. Then you come towards social media. Instagram. Everybody nowadays is flaunting something or another thing on Instagram. If I talk about men, they're showcasing how loving their wives are, their children are, how much money they have, the cars they have, the homes they have. Getting too intimate just for the sake of being liked and shares and becoming popular. And if I talk about women, every other female, it appears that way. It's not the case, but it appears that way. It's an illusion that every other female is trying to become a model, an IG model, Instagram influencer. And if I talk about, once again, this video is more geared towards Pakistani culture. I don't care about what's happening here. If I talk about Pakistani females who are doing it, in their bio, DM for PR and collabs. Wearing shalwar kameez, pantsuit, jeans, whatever it is, having somebody take pictures, posting them on Instagram for the entire world to see. God knows who will look at those pictures, who will save them, how they will be shared, what will be done with those pictures. But you're just looking for your 2 minutes of fame, unfortunately and apparently. Then let's move into the world of TikTok. I'm gonna have to do a whole separate video on TikTok, but just for the sake of this video, young girls dancing to random songs, shaking their body, moving their body for the entire world to see, just for the sake of followers, likes, and shares, so that they can become famous by shaking their body. Amongst the list that I have shared with you, what value does it provide to somebody? Zero. Well, let's do this. Zero. This fame only lasts for a little while. Because today it's you. There are 1,000 other men and women who have more money than you, better looking than you, younger than you, better body than you, who can probably shake their bodies better than you, who are waiting in line to be discovered. They're trying, but they just haven't been discovered yet. The day you get a wrinkle, a pimple, you'll be out and they'll be in. That's it, your 2 minutes of fame. Let me give you an example of the Bollywood industry. One of the probably the largest movie industry by the number of films that produce each year. Can you name 5 actresses in the last 5 years? Neither can I. Because that's how short the shelf life of an actress is. And actors as well. For example, I'll give you an example of Sonam Kapoor. She came in, did a little bit of acting for a few years. She quickly found somebody well off, good looking, married him, and she's out. Because she knew that she's only going to be relevant and popular for a limited amount of time. Anushka Sharma's the same way. Deepika Padukone's the same way. And so many more actresses. So many gorgeous actresses came about. Where are they now? Nobody cares about them. Nobody even knows them. Is this what you're following? Is this why you're posting your pictures for everybody to see? Whereas your beauty should only be for your wife or your husband? Now let's talk about the fame that we attain by following the path of Allah. And I'll give you a very simple example. This is what I love about it. Junaid Jamshid. He had the money and the fame before people even knew what fame was, who a celebrity was. He was a pop star. He left all that, followed to the path of Allah. And look how much fame and money Allah gave him. He's passed away a few years ago. It's been a few years, yet people still pray for him who've never met him. Yet his stores are opening up all across the world, where I could never even imagine, especially in the United States. I've seen his stores in places that I never could have thought I would see him. His family is living off of his legacy, his business, his fame. That's how much Allah provided him, because he followed the right path. So it's up to us. What type of fame do we want? The one that runs after, or the one that Allah and our Prophet has told us about? That's why I use the right hand, because if you know even a little bit about Islam, if you're successful at the day of judgment, your deeds will be handed over to you in your right hand, the hand of success. And if you're unsuccessful, if you have more bad deeds, then they will be in the left.